Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review of Married at First Sight, Season 13, Episode 18, Houston Reunion, Part 1. Why are they having two parts for this? I don't know, but this is some hot ass mess of what done happened tonight. We're just gonna have to get into it. So Kevin Frazier is hosting. He talking about because it's COVID-19, got the whole pandemic, all that shit happening right now. He ain't gonna be there on stage with them, and I'm just like, so you gonna just keep doing this for season after season after season? They over there. I feel like he too bougie to be on stage with them and stuff. But it's because it's COVID, you can't be over there on stage with them. But you could be doing all these pre-shows and mid-season shows with the other bloggers and shit, like live in person with them, but you can't do it with the crew. Okay, because you did that last season too. Oh, okay, Kevin. Okay, all right. So we're gonna start off with Rachel and Jose. They go first. Yeah, they both looked good. Jose wearing his, suits like he going to a wedding or church or whatever. Okay, cute. Rachel, she's still looking like she going to the club. She's still Summer Rachel still going on with her. Uh, Nice cute green dress. They kind of look good and refreshed and whatnot. But I'm just like, Rachel, with that outfit you got on, it looked like you going to a kids party by day, and that eventually transitions into an adult party by night. Um, but I think I seen that Jose's beard is trimmed from what it looked like throughout the whole season. I So there wasn't really much to say about them. I just this whole episode I was just watching it as a okay, is this season done? Like because I can't keep talking about the same situations. But since this is the reunion, we won't see what's going on with them now. So as far as Rachel and Jose go, I guess things were going good with them. Kevin calls Jose out for locking Rachel out, as you know. He was fouled for that. He still doesn't admit that it was an intentional, but he admits that it was wrong. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. This is episode 18. I really don't care anymore. All right. So he apologizes once again to Rachel for doing that, and Rachel makes excuses for Jose. I forgot what she said, but something along the lines of, that's his reaction, and I understand that he was just like over, but she makes some excuse for him. And just looking at Jose's body language during this segment of them talking about him blocking her out, he looked very tense, like, okay, let's just get on to the next. Okay, I don't want to talk about this right now. Let's just get on to the next thing. Let's get on to the next thing. So we move forward with Kevin asking, okay, you guys said yes on decision day. Sorry, you guys still together now. Rachel lets us know that they broke up for about a month, 3 or 4 weeks. But they are trying to work on it and move forward. Now, the reason why I think Kevin mentioned it and Rachel confirmed that Summer Rachel was a little bit of an influence as to why. I guess once the decision day was over, she moved into his house, of course, and she kind of felt a little suffocated because Jose was kind of pressuring her, like, oh, you got a lot of stuff, and it's just like, you still didn't unpack yet. When do you want to unpack? And I guess Rachel just felt kind of suffocated. She didn't say that word for word. I just paraphrased, but so I guess she was done with it, so she done moved out. And I guess Jose just kept trying to win her over, and I guess she's willing to, you know, be with him again. They dating again. I mean, I don't know if she moved back in the house. I don't believe so. I guess currently she's staying at her mom's house because I guess she gave up her lease and decided to move in with him. So when she left, she went with her mom, and they're just working on each other. So then they talk about the traveling situation and the whole Mexico trip that they had planned. But from what I be hearing out in these streets, they did go to Mexico. And it's not the fact that Jose doesn't want to go on trips outside of the state, let alone the US. It's because he likes to travel extravagantly. Whereas Rachel is just like, she doesn't like to travel extravagantly. She likes to travel cheap because she likes to travel all the time. And I'm just like, is that really what it is, Rachel? You sure? Are you sure this is that really what it is? Or are you just saying that to save face and to discuss what you and Jose agreed upon one coming on the reunion show? Because it's giving me very much, okay, I'm just gonna go with whatever Jose say, because this trip to Mexico is way better than a road trip to San Antonio. So I'm just gonna shut up, look pretty, look cute, and just say, yeah, we just have to compromise on that. I don't know. This whole segment just gave me with Jose and Rachel, just to me it just seemed fake. Um while there's some through body languages, I feel like you can tell the real answer to things, but from what they were saying, I'm just like, it seemed rehearsed to me. So I don't know. That's it with them. We're gonna move on to Brett and Ryan. They go next, and outfit wise, I'm looking at Ryan like, you look like plain Joe, but the baby blue boat shoes kind of threw me off. Brett, she looked nice. She looked cute, vintagely. But her hair was on point. Her roots were like perfect. Not even perfect, perfect. Her roots looked perfect. But the titties was out. The titties was out and popping. She's waiting for somebody to come in her DMs, let alone Gil, which we're gonna talk about later next. But the boobies was out, so she was trying to let America know something. She's out single, ready to mingle, so she says. Not what I hear out in these streets, but okay. And they talk about their marriage, and Ryan regrets not telling Brett that he wasn't into her and that it wasn't gonna work. And Kevin asks Ryan, does he think he's grown from that situation and stuff? Ryan says yes. Kevin asks Brett, does she think that he grown from that situation? She doesn't even answer, so that's like a no. Then they just decide to bring out Ryan's sister Alexa. So Kevin asks Alexa, how does she feel about Brett? She's like, oh yeah, me and everybody, we liked Brett. And Kevin told Alexa she was overstepping for letting Brett know that Ryan may be distracted out in these streets since they came back from the honeymoon. And I'm just like, I don't think, because technically, so what, she was overstepping her boundaries in regards to Ryan, because for her to tell Brett that, I feel like Alexa's a real one. Listen, she know her brother. Kevin, you don't know Ryan. For all we know, like, we're going to get into Brett in a second, but I think, listen, Alexa, you a real one for letting Brett know, like, hey, listen, I know my brother is a fuck boy a little bit, so he may be talking to his ex or something. I don't know, but I just know how he do. This my brother. I knew him all my life. He's known me in all his life. I know his patterns. I know how he act. That's so she was trying to put Brett on game. And listen, Brett, that's why Brett was just like, listen, oh, that's for real. Now we get into the Kevin asking her. Well, first Alexa apologizes to Ryan, saying she's sorry for making assumptions about Ryan, and then that's when we get into Kevin asks Alexa, does she feel bad for Brett? I think something along those lines. I didn't write it down. And Alexa says at first yes, but now she don't. And then Kevin is so dramatic. He's like, what you mean? What was it? So that's when Alexa was like, yeah, because she found out Brett was already talking to someone else. So she might have been the one that was distracted instead. So, it goes to commercial break for dramatic effect. Comes back from commercial break, and Kevin's just like, huh? What's going on? So my question is, was Brett talking to somebody else before Alexa told her that Ryan seemed like he distracted, or was it vice versa? In my thinking, I would think it's probably after Alexa put that bug in her ear that Ryan might be talking to someone else, that she's just like, okay, fine, fuck it, I'm gonna do me then. Does that make it right? No, not necessarily. No, it doesn't make it right. And I already apologized to my husband, because my husband was like, nah, man, Ryan, listen, last week, it's not gonna work. What's the point? I'm like, but they're still married, babe. They didn't say that we're going to separate, even though we knew, they knew, America knew that was going to work out. But like, still, man, like, come on, bro. It's a week, 1 week, but whatever. Brett denying everything. She looking like a a deer caught in headlights. She's just like, oh no, it's like she met someone and was talking to someone, but that situation is done, and it was after the fact of the marriage. But it's like then, like a few seconds later, a few moments later, when Kevin wanted to confirm it, she did confirm it was before decision day. So I'm like, Brett, so what did it? What is it? And what this talking to someone like? What are you? What were y'all talking about? And like, I don't know who brought it up, but it's funny that you're gonna get on Ryan a week before y'all was supposed to do the decision day about being on a dating app, matching with someone, even though it was inactive. Yeah, right, Ryan. But you talking to somebody. Like he just matched with one of your friends. You full blown talking to someone, meeting with them. She talking about they're not even together and stuff. But from out in them blogs, out in these streets, you still talking to homeboy talking about, oh yeah, our anniversary, we started dating since April 2021, and they pulled out the receipts because I don't pull out no receipts. I just go based off what I hear. So I don't know if it's for sure or for not for sure. But all I know is uh April 2021, we still filming for Married at First Sight season 13, Brett. So what's going on? So, I don't know who to believe here, but Brett was looking kind of guilty from her body language. Her chest always red already, but her chest was getting extra red in this moment. She looking like she don't know what to say. She kind of like silent. Um, so yeah, Brett, I don't know, man. You looking kind of bad in this situation. Cause Kevin asked Ryan, and he's just like, you know what, it is what it is. Then Brett trying to defend herself, talking about, there's rumors and then there's facts. And I'm just like, and I think even Kevin was like, all right, so what's the rumors and what's the facts? She couldn't really articulate it, in my opinion. And it is what it is. As Ryan says, Ryan didn't care, bro. Ryan is just like, you know what? I'm just doing this to fulfill my contract so I could get the paycheck, and then go hunting with the boys later on in the weekend. I just need, like, can we move on from this? Because Ryan's just over it, bro. It's just, she thought she was over it, but she came out looking kind of suspect, in my personal opinion. So then I guess they bid Alexa good night after this, and she just tells Ryan to speak up and be open, and she does think that he is ready for marriage. So she leaves. Kevin asks Ryan, is he ready for marriage? He's like, yes. He asks Brett, is she ready for marriage? She says yes. And then she doesn't think Ryan's ready for marriage or something to that effect. But they both agreed that it wasn't gonna work, no way, no how, no matter who was talking to who or whatever the situation was. They just wasn't gonna work out. But now Brett is just, she's sad to come home to an empty home because Baxter's no longer with us, and she doesn't want to get a dog right now, but maybe later down in the future, after some time, she will. And Kevin asks, will they be friends? And they both agree that they're friends. Brett says that they're war buddies. And I'm just like, weird flex, but okay. And Kevin was like, oh, this is a healthy divorce. And I'm just like, well, it wasn't really a marriage to begin with, Kevin. So, I mean, I guess. Sure. We get to Mirla and Gil's ass. We get to Mirla, Gil, and Gil's fake ass beard. Yes, I get it. It's real, but fake ass beard. So Gil lets us know, try to put his leg all up in the air and shit. Like Trick Daddy be having his legs up in the air. That's a whole nother conversation for a different day. That, he wear red bottoms. And I'm just like, okay, Gil, who bought these red bottoms though? Was it you or was it Mirla? And if it was you, is your paycheck, is your checking and savings account okay? So anywho, they was looking good. They was looking like a power couple, except for Mirla's boots and her uh washed out face. It's the face for me. It's like, I'm like, Miller, for no money that you be talking about, you be having, it's like, why you do these horrendous fashion and makeup choices. Well, she didn't have no makeup except for red lipstick, but these boots, I'm like, now Mirla, now I ain't no fashion stylist, none, whatever. But I just feel like, listen, if she would have took off the boots and put on some nice, cute little heels or whatever, she would have looked banging. Not the face though, because sometimes I just feel like, I think they said she has a skin condition or something, so I get it. But it's just, you got the red lipstick on, but you don't got the makeup to match. It's just, I didn't like it. And the boots was just like, oh, why? You have like such a nice, classy dress and accessories, but then you got these big ass, overpowering boots with a dress. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. But whatever is, that's what she want to do. All right, so we get into them, and I just put all these notes about her outfit. I just said she doesn't understand the assignment for someone with money is a disappointment. But anywho, Gil talking about he pokes at Mirla because he pokes at Mirla for fun. Because that shows that he likes her, similar to what Johnny said with Bao. Like, he makes fun of you because he actually likes you. Like I said before, my husband does that, so I get what they're saying, but that doesn't make it less annoying. I still love you, babe. But it's annoying sometimes, man. It is. And in this moment, I'm looking at both of them, and I'm like, okay, I don't see the wedding rings on, so I'm just like, oh, okay, y'all not together. But I'm gonna let the conversation go on, and so Kevin loves Gil. Kevin says Gil is on the Mount Rushmore of Married at First Sight. Sorry for the pause there. I'm just trying to. I'm like, I don't want to, because I skip over things a lot when I rewatch my videos. But anywho, Kevin puts Gil on the Mount Rushmore of Married at First Sight, and he loves Gil so much. He's been saying that since the middle show that he did with the bloggers and whatnot. And he's asking Gil, like, he worked so hard. He said Gil worked so hard, and was it all worth it? Gil's just kind of like, eh. And we're going to find out why Gil's acting kind of weird in this sense, because before, like, even though he's still Gil, I guess you can say, but he just seemed kind of off to me. So he was like, it is what it is. But then that's when, Kevin asks, are you guys still together? Gil says, no, they're no longer together. Goes to commercial for dramatic effect, comes back from commercial. And they said, 14 days after decision day, Miller broke it off. Miller was like, I broke it off? Miller, if you broke it off, you broke it off. Listen, whatever. And Miller was like, the chemistry wasn't there. She wasn't happy. And, she doesn't love Gil. And she told Gil that she doesn't love him. And I'm just like, but didn't you say on the season that you chose to love him? So was that all a lie? And Gil was just like, the problem is not the fact that she wanted a divorce. The problem is, like, you felt like this from the beginning, and you're just now telling me this. Like, we moved in together. I sold my place. All I brought with me was my blender. First off, side note, I'm the way Miller is, what blender you got, Gil? Because I'm surprised she even let you come in the house with anything other than hype. Because he said my blender, something else, and hype. I'm surprised she let you bring the blender, to be honest. But, yeah, he gave everything away to, up to live with her in this house or a place that she probably wanted and that he probably didn't really want, to be honest. I don't know if he didn't want or if he couldn't afford it, but that's another conversation for another day. And they kind of go back and forth because he says she left after a few days. And, well, I know after she told him she didn't want them to be together anymore, she decided to leave a few days. I don't know if she wanted him to leave, but then he brings up something about money and how his paychecks are $100 more than her paychecks. And I'm just like, so if that's the case, then wouldn't you be making more money than her? Like, did you get a new job or something? Because from the season, when you guys looked at each other's finances, it seemed like she made more than you. Now, I'm not going to go back to see it because it's too much to look back on. But when he was talking about, dang, hers is like twice more than his, was he talking about what she makes is twice more than his? or her savings are twice more than his, or her checkings is twice more than his. Because if you make more than her, I'm not understanding why y'all can't do what y'all was trying to do together. But obviously Gil is more frugal than Mirla. And he brings up the money issue, but then Mirla, comes back and says like, okay, no, that's just you putting your insecurities on me. Which in this case, yes, Mirla is right. I agree with Mirla. Listen, Gil, I like you more than Mirla, but that doesn't mean you don't have flaws either, Gil. Yes, I feel like you might be a little bothered by the fact that she got money, she wants to spend it the way she does. Now, does her decisions the right ones? No, because I don't understand. You be having all these nice things and you still look toe up from the flow up. No, really just the knees down. Like, it's really like I was just still looking at those boots like those boots would have looked cute with a whole different outfit. Not that I didn't like the boots. I didn't like the boots with what she had on and the accessories she had on. Those boots and the dress and the accessories did not go together. So, like, you have nice things, Mila, but I don't understand why you can't figure out how to put them together to make a nice ensemble. Um, but listen, man, they ain't together. Mila don't want that man. Like Kevin said, you gonna have a lot of females throwing themselves at you in person and your DMs and stuff. It ain't gonna be long before you find someone. But Gil hurt. His eyes was tearing up. He, like I said, he wasn't his normal self. And, he just hurt because he still loves her. And, if she would want to come back with him, he would say yes, but he would be cautious, so to speak. And Kevin was like, listen, I can look at Mirla. She don't want you, Dad. She don't want you. No, she don't want you, Gil. Should she have told you from the get-go? Yes, I can agree with that. But at the same time, Miller was probably just trying to fulfill her contractual agreement too. And, I'm sorry, Gil. How do I feel about it? Do I think Mirla's an asshole for that? Because I see people on Twitter going in on Mirla for it. Not necessarily. Like, yes, you could have been more honest, Mirla, because you're the person that's always who you are and honest. For someone who always is a Debbie Downer and always be like, oh no, I don't like this, I don't like that. I'm surprised you didn't tell Gil like this is not gonna work, because she said, I told you I didn't love you, but did you tell him that you not gonna move forward? Like, to drag him along even after decision day, I'm just like, yeah, Mirla, if you really didn't feel like being with this guy, I don't understand why you did all that to the point this man moved in with you and you didn't want this to work out. But it is what it is, man. Gil, you gonna be alright, I didn't know you put that much feelings into it, but he did say he was in love with her on decision day. So, listen, Gil, you be alright. There's plenty of women's gonna come out in the woodworks for you. You be alright. So we move on to all the guys that coming together to sit together and talk. Zach and Johnny, they look good. Zach got his high waters on. And he looked good from the waist up, but from the waist down, the pants look a little too tight. And I'm just like, oh, you wearing tennis shoes with no socks on? Okay. And for Johnny, I'm just looking at his hair like, so you ordered a bottle of the Bosley thing that they be advertising on TV, the Bosley that they spray on to make it look like your hair is full, but it's really not. Because in the season, your hair looked like you was balding, sir. So where's all this head full of hair coming from? It must be Bosley or the hair implants that they be showing on Instagram and stuff. Okay, so they talking and they recap Johnny and Zach being emotional, and Johnny and Ryan trying to justify the reason for leaving and stuff, that they're not really leaving. They just need to reset it. We don't care. I don't care no more. I really don't care. This is episode 18. I don't care no more. So then they go into Kevin commenting Gil for, commending Gil for never leaving. And I'm just like, Kevin, love him some Gil, boy. Like, if he ain't gonna ask Gil what he feels and what he thinks about every segment or whatever, like, all right, you on the Gil train, Kevin. We get it. So, he asks his Gil. I'm so all over the place. I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm so sorry. I got some toothache right now. I'm ready to go to bed. But I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna pull through. So Kevin asks Gil how does he deal with Mirla and how was he able to stay. Gil says, this is a marriage. Even when the moments he wanted to leave, he's just gonna stay and pull through. And that's what marriage is all about. And talk through things. And then Johnny and Zach says, oh, I wish I dealt with those issues as opposed to my wife, because my wife is just crazy. Both of them said that. Both Johnny and Zach. And I'm just like, both of y'all, shut up. Both of y'all, all five of y'all, shut up. Gil, you just need to go heal, bro. But other than that, all five of y'all, shut up. Six, even including Kevin. So, Kevin asks Johnny, he's like, you know Mirla very well. And he asked Johnny's intake, and he was, Johnny was surprised. All the guys were surprised. But I'm just like, wait, no, let's go back here, Kevin. You said Johnny knows Mirla well? Really? That is interesting. And as we're going through this, Jose, first off, it goes to Jose. He's sweating bullets. And I'm just like, Jose, what is going on with you, bro? So they start talking about Jose and Rachel. Ryan says, oh, he thinks Rachel broke up with Jose because Mirla was done with Gil, and Mirla wanted a single friend to hang out with, and Rachel and Mirla are friends. So they decided to do a little hot girl summer with themselves as single women out in these streets. But I guess Johnny is cool with Rachel too. And I'm just like, so Johnny just cool with all these females? Like, it doesn't even seem like a show type of friends. Like, y'all friends outside of the show? Really? So he says when he's hanging out with Mirla and Rachel be telling him things. So he tells Jose so that he can win Rachel back. And I guess that's what helps Jose win Rachel back. I guess, sure. All right. So then we go into talking about Jose and Johnny and their little bromance. And this whole time, like when they're showing the recap, on the bottom left corner when they're showing the people's reactions to it, you see Zach laughing like a schoolgirl, like, I'm like, Zach, stop it, bro. Stop it. Let's stop it. So, they talk about that for a little bit. They like it. They, like it, got it good. All right, good. We move on to the BS. Michaela and Zach. So Michaela's sitting on the stage by herself. Kevin goes into this spiel. In all the seasons of Married at First Sight, we've always had the couple sit together, but Michaela doesn't want Zach to be on stage with her. He asks Michaela why he don't want him on stage. Michaela's just like, she don't wanna, she don't want him on stage. She wanna protect her energy. Okay, she wanna protect her energy from Zach over there. And I'm like, in that moment, she sounded very different. She sounded very conniving to me. But, she looked nice, very glittery. I'm just like, you going to a freak fest or something? Like, what's with all this glitter? But she looked nice, I guess. And, the wig, she could have got rid of the wig, though. But, other than that, she looked like she was going to a movie premiere. And she talks about her relationship with her and Zach and her, was a roller coaster. And Kevin keeps trying to get Zach to come out. She's like, no, she doesn't want him out. So then instead he brings her sister Sharifa out. And Sharifa says that she likes Zach, but, she's kind of indifferent with him right now. And what she realizes with Zach and Michaela is like they both want to be right. Instead of working things out and admitting their wrongs, they just want to be right in the moment. So that created kind of a friction. They clash because they're kind of the same. She didn't say that word for word. I'm just paraphrasing. So Michaela said that Zach played with her emotions and he wanted to keep their intimacy a secret. And then after decision day, Michaela moved in with him. I guess he convinced her to move in with him. So she stayed with him for about 7-8 days, was cooking for him, cleaning for him, fucking the nigga and everything. And after it all, she's just like, she can't keep going back and forth with him like this. So she told him, like, listen, I just want to be friends. She just wants to move forward as friends. And he was okay with that. But then a few days later, he tells her he just wants to be cordial with her in front of other people. Now, throughout this whole time that Michaela is explaining all this, Zach is in the back. He's watching this whole thing. And he's just like, that's a lie. He's like, oh, okay. Like, I don't understand why I can't just be there. But okay, I see why excuse me, I see now why she wants to be on here by herself so she can go say all this stuff so I won't be interrupting her and telling her what it is, what the facts is. He didn't say that word for word. I'm just paraphrasing. But even Michaela was saying like, oh, she doesn't want him there because he's gonna interrupt her. She won't be able to stay where she wants to stay. So I'm just like, at first I'm just like, Michaela, you sound like you lying. You, I don't believe nothing you saying. It sounds like it's been misconstrued. But when Zach come out, I'm just like, now I really don't know who to believe. So it goes to commercial because Kevin thanks him for coming out, saying Zach gonna come out next. And then Zach is like, oh, I can't wait to come out. He's like, he cussing up a storm in the back, just like, dang, like, no, let me bring me out because I need to correct what's been said. So then he comes out trying to explain his side. Now Michaela's in the back watching this, and you know, he's just like he doesn't ever want to go through this again. This was the worst relationship he's ever been with. And Kevin was like, but did you love her at all? Did you like her? And then Zach was like, yeah, I have feelings for her. So then Kevin was like, okay, so now you're being confusing. And Zach was just like, how am I being confusing? So then that's when Kevin was like replaying the decision day. Like, you talking about you want to divorce these last 8 weeks, but you want to get a divorce and, try working on this thing. And he's just like, yeah, I don't understand why you guys are not understanding what I'm trying to say. And like, he tries to call Kevin out. Like, he's getting frustrated and irritated with Kevin for being confused just as everybody else is. And he's just like, I don't understand. Listen, Zach, only you understand. No one else understands but you. But here we go in the back. Michaela's agreeing with Kevin, like, yeah, that's confusing. Nobody can see that. So then that's when Kevin goes to the night of the 1 month anniversary, and he's just like, so were you intimate with Michaela on the night of your 1 month anniversary? Zach was like, fuck no, man. I ain't like, he looks so disgusted. He like, I ain't fuck that bitch. I ain't fuck that hoe. But in my head, I'm recapping, and I'm just like, wasn't this the night that you guys spent the night in the hotel? I could have sworn y'all kissed. Because y'all spent the 1 month anniversary night in a hotel together. And then we see the video cam of y'all at like 1 in the morning or a couple hours later. Y'all went out to get some tacos, right? Y'all went out to get some tacos. And then what did I say in that review? I said, I'm like, oh, okay. So 1 month anniversary, y'all don't fucked. Y'all don't have sex. And you was just like, we hungry now. Let's go get some tacos. That's what happened. I don't know if it was tacos for, I could have sworn it was tacos, so I think it was tacos. But y'all went out to get something to eat after y'all done had burn some calories in the bed. So really, Zach? So now you playing games in front of us? You playing games in our faces? Just like Michaela playing games? Y'all both toxic as fuck. Listen, you got me stumbling over my words, just like you, Zach. So he says no. Okay, they didn't kiss, they didn't fuck, they didn't do nothing on the 1 month anniversary, nothing. Michaela was like, see, he said he was gonna deny it. He told me he was gonna deny it. And I'm just like, is Michaela actually telling the truth? I don't know. So then Michaela was like, no, I gotta go in. So she gets up, she goes barges in the room. I'm still stuttering. Okay. She barges in the room, right? And, he's just like, no, see, this is what I'm talking about. She had her time to tell her story, to say what she needed to say. So now y'all need to give me my time. Y'all need to give me my time. He get upset and whatever. Michaela just sitting there like, and then Kevin was just like, welcome back, Michaela, and stuff, glad to have you here, blah, blah, blah. And, Zach's over it, so he gets up and walks out. He's like, I'm not going to do this bullshit with y'all. And that's where it ends. And we're going to have to wait till episode 2, part 2 of the damn reunion. So this is what we're going to do lifetime. We're going to do 2 parts. First off, it's one thing if it was 1 hour, right? It's one thing if it's 1 hour. I'll give it that if it was 1 hour. This is already 2 hours for one part of a reunion. So we're going to have another part. So 4 hours for a damn reunion for 10 people, for 5 couples. This is what we do in lifetime. Next week on Married at First Sight, part 2, Houston reunion. We finally gonna talk to Johnny and Bao. Uh, Johnny gonna be on some bullshit. I don't know. I don't know about Bao. She seemed cool and everything, but I don't know what's gonna happen next week. What else is gonna happen next week before I get off here? I guess Mirla and Johnny, they best friends. I don't know. It seemed like something was said. I don't know if they dating or something or whatever. And that's when I remember a preview before when Bow was just like, oh, maybe me and Zach could be friends or whatever. And then I don't know, maybe Gil gonna be a little hurt from the hearing that and whatever. And he gonna cry and be like, I haven't cried this whole season yet, and now I'm here sitting here crying and whatever. He gonna get up and leave and whatever, and then Michaela gonna get up and leave and whatever. So I'm like, are they gonna leave together and whatever? I don't know. This is this is this is episode 18, man. This is ridiculous. Oh my god. All right, that's it, guys. That's where it ends. That was episode 18. I'm gonna have to see you for episode 19. Damn it. For the Houston reunion part 2. Let me know what y'all thought, because I'm just like, why are we still doing this? Why are we still doing this? Thank you guys. I love you guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate the watching. Let me know. I can't be the only one that feels like crazy and over this at the same time. Like this, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. But thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.